I'm going to start with a video to tell you basically in terms of our offering of our Celcom Business Suite. Can we go ahead and start that, please? Thank you.
When you run your own business, there are many challenges. You welcome all the help you can get, and anything that makes it easier is a win. So I was really glad to find out about Celcom Business Suite for retail.
The Celcom Business Suite for Retail is a suite of services designed to help retailers. With 5 services to help manage operations, the all-in-one pack helps grow business and cut costs.
The suite, it gives me less to think about. It's much easier now to handle payments and stay connected. I even share internet with my staff.
Celcom All Share is your business mobile internet plan that lets you share internet across lines. Celcom M-Pos brings a faster and more secure way to accept payments anytime, anywhere. Celcom Business Wireless provides high-speed internet. To connect, just plug and play.
I need new ways to stay in touch with my customers, and the Celcom Business Suite helps me do this.
Omni-communication engages customers in real time via SMS, voice, email, chat apps, and push notifications, all through one portal.
Revolve around a cafe, so even when I'm outside,
Celcom Virgin X ensures all calls are attended to. Press 1 for the store, 2 for the Vista, 3 for the head chef. It integrates smartphones into the office phone system and redirects important calls to the right people.
simpler now. I can just focus on making my business grow.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. They actually asked me to actually act in it, but I told them probably not just yet.
Thank God for that.
I think the number one thing is I think it's quite timely for us to actually come up with this offering. As you know, I think for Celcom we've actually been servicing products and services to our customers, large entities, and mainly small, medium entities as well. I think small, medium entities in terms of retail plays a big part in terms of Celcom business. And we do actually are very encouraged with the new announcement in terms of the budget that was actually in terms of the Smart Automation Program, as well as the tax-free incentives for SMEs, right? So I think it's quite timely that we're now here offering this product in terms of providing end-to-end digital solutions for retailers, yeah? Just to go back a bit in time, the product was not just designed and developed as per ad hoc. We actually went and discussed with a few of our really main clients to basically understand what were their needs, right? There were 3 questions that we were trying to answer when we actually came out with this product. The first question was basically, how do Celcom actually help SMEs optimize their cost? Right? I think cost is a big thing. I mean, funding is a big thing for SMEs, especially growing SMEs from the infancy stage. Yeah. The second part of it was basically how do Celcom actually help SMEs in terms of expanding or enriching their customer base. I think one of the things online is there, but everybody depends on online. So how do you differentiate yourself? So that was a question in our mind as well, and that was the challenge that was posed to us. I think the third question is basically in terms of operations. How do we actually help SME retailers basically digitize and basically operationalize their business to be in a simpler way? Yeah. In that sense, the business owner can really focus on the business itself and not on operations. Yeah. I think looking at those questions, trying to actually address those challenges, we actually designed a product where it actually covers end-to-end, starting from the mobility connectivity part of it, covering the data allocation part of it. That's where you get a flexible data share allocated across your peers and colleagues. Covering the internet, the wireless internet part of it, the marketing and sales operations part of it as well. So at the end of the day, as a retailer, SME retailer, you only need to actually look at Celcom to provide to you the end-to-end service in terms of digital solutions. Yeah. So I greatly hope that this basically offering does actually address the challenges for SME retailers, and we hope to actually work with you forward in the future as well to come up with more innovative products to actually help your business. Yeah. Let me not go further on that. Let me actually invite Kevin just to actually get a bit more deep dive detail in terms of what the product feature entails and how cheap it is for you to actually get one today.
Just like what Chief Azlan has mentioned, the parameters are two components. When we discussed with the SMEs in Malaysia, there were two things we want to bridge together. One, of course, is the connectivity, and the other one is the digital solution. So how do we bridge both worlds, and how do we actually value prop this world to all the SMEs? So the Retail Business Suite basically is tailor-made from, even if you're very small SMEs, we have these solutions for you. And it's scalable to the medium and even to the larger SMEs. So what we have is that we cover three components. Of course, the first one on top will be the mobile lines, which has a huge data, which is 180 GB. Now, after the mobile lines for all the staffs and workers in the retail SMEs, how do we fire up internet to the business? So we have the business wireless, which powers more than 1 terabyte. So inside you can play songs, videos, music, and of course the internet connectivity will also power your operations, right? Now the last component, just like Chief Azlan mentioned, how do we bring customers to the retailers? How do we monetize the business? How do we get the SMEs to increase their customer base? We have virtual extension, we have only messaging, we have MPOS. And if this is not enough, if the business wants to go beyond the bundle, we have several add-ons, which is powered by Microsoft 365, Location-based, and Cloud Secure. Now, some bragging rights on Cloud Secure, I feel and I think that we are the only one in Malaysia right now which provides security to all your devices, especially the SMEs. So regardless of devices, it's being protected by Celcom security.
Yes.
Alright? And of course the bundle itself, it's a very competitive 655. So like what Chief mentioned, all you need to do is come to Celcom, curate a package for you. 655 is all cloud-based. Alright? And it's able to scale up from the 2535, which is the Go Plus. The only difference is the mobility lines is a lot more and the data size is a lot more. And of course the Platinum, which is 50 lines and the larger data. Now, I'm going to go through the components of each of the packages. So like on the mobile and data, alright, it's shareable. So what we plan to do is that we want to have worry-free for the SMEs. Unlimited call, alright, unlimited SMS. We won't charge if there's no bill shock itself. And the best portion of mobility is data sharing. So assuming 5 of the retailers, 5 of the staff in the retailers have 180 GB, they can share the 180 GB. If Kevin is not working this month, I can share the data of Kevin to the rest of my 4 fellow colleagues, alright? And the next one is internet. is 150 GB and 1 terabyte of music and video, you can actually connect up to 65 devices to the business wireless. And it's no frills, meaning that you can place the devices here at the back of the room or in the front. So it's very flexible. Now the three solutions, what we meant to do is, see, when you're running a business like this, when calls come in, can I book a table? Alright, there'll be an attendant here. Now you don't need an attendant to station right here. If Kevin is the attendant, you can get Kevin to serve you water and drinks. When a call comes in, I can be able to answer. If I can't answer, my fellow colleagues could also answer. And you can even scale it up to press 1 for chef, press 2 for booking, press 3 for finance. So it gives the flexibility to the retail to scale their business up. Omni-communication, everyone is going digital right now. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. As you can see from the video, you can actually post Facebook or Instagram, buy one coffee, free one coffee, connect to all the customers online. And the best part about the omni-communication is, this is Mamantu. If I'm driving along LDP, it can also send a message to me, Kevin, guess what? Common Coffee is having a Celcom event, buy one nasi lemak, free one nasi lemak. It is that powerful. Alright? And last but not least, MPOS. MPOS is actually a system whereby it's cashless, so you can allow all the waiters, waitresses, or even the sales assistant to actually serve customer at the same time collect payment. And the best part about this MPOS, it provides a dashboard on a daily, monthly, and weekly basis. So if you are the boss, right, you want to know what's Kevin's transaction for one of your outlets, it sends a dashboard for you. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the full suite of the retail bundle.
Okay, one more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more.
Can we have the first question, please? Don't be shy, okay? We are among friends here.
Good morning. I'm Yakin. So basically, I want to know, like,
From where?
I'm doing my own YouTube channel. Alright. Just want to know, how long is the application approval rate, and also like how long does the SME businesses will get all the services ready?
Fair question. When a customer signs on, how long will all the features be activated?
Hi, good question. So in terms of customer experience, in terms of getting all those activated, if you are brand new customers, it's actually a 3 working days. So the moment you sign off today, today is Thursday, so by Tuesday, all those services will be provided.
3 business days, Kevin, right? Does that answer your question? Can we have the next question, please? We have a lot of our partners here as well. I'm sure you guys are intrigued by the product. Mana? Ada?
Hi, I'm Andrew here. Thank you, Celcom, for such an impressive solution. Okay, to encourage our customer, I'm a business partner. To encourage our retail customer to enroll this program, do you have any freebies or offers for our clients? Thank you.
Hi, I think I'll take that. Yes, we have discussed this, and we are basically happy and pleased to say that we will actually have basically give out free trials for selected and targeted partners for 6 months. Yeah. So I think we will basically select and pass out the trial units to the selected partners.
Third question. Come on. The weekend is coming. I'm sure you all are energized. Got not enough coffee or what? Can we get a coffee refill, please? Common man. Any more question? I have a question actually. I have a question. But not so much of a question. I was particularly intrigued by the data sharing feature that Celcom Business has. Now, assuming I run a business, FYI, I don't run a business, I'm not a hired help, I'm with Celcom. Assuming I run a business, do I and I alone decide which employee gets what amount of speed and broadband?
Yep, the question is yes. The flexibility is this. We try not to have unnecessary data usage. So assuming Chief Azlan is away on holiday, so he can actually allocate his data, say he's on 180 GB, so let's say 180 divided by 3, each of us get about 60 GB. He can say, guys, DK and Kevin, take my 60 GB away. Yes, so it's that powerful. And also assuming that, being the chief, he needs more data. Dato Kenner being the second in command needs second highest data. Kevin, as usual, the admin staff who works until very late at night, right? So I'll get the minimum data, alright? So you can do that. So it depends on the operation of the retail. So let's say for example, the one who has the data, you can allocate that. So what we are trying to do is optimize productivity of the retail business. At the same time, like what Chief Azlan mentioned just now, we minimize their wastage as well, alright? And it's scalable.
Can I add on that? I've got 3 points actually. First point is basically I think the ranking or the sequence is the other way around. Chief Azlan will use the less data. DK will use more data than okay. So that's my first point. The second point is basically so I've got 2 points, right? Basically, I think as Celcom we do understand that data is perishable goods, right? Basically, if you don't actually use the data, it will actually go to waste. And when it goes to waste, it does not help Celcom and it does not help the business owners as well. Hence, that is why we designed the product as such, where you can actually utilize and optimize the data that you're allocated. Yeah? So I think this is part of our way to actually help you optimize costs as well. Okay? Thanks.
So me being a non-performer, my bosses can limit me to 256 MB only now.
No, we'll borrow you from
Bar me entirely. Sure.
Hi, I just have a question. I was looking at the location-based marketing. So let's say, for example, Oxford want to target office worker working in the Twin Towers. Was that possible? And second of all, are they targeted only to Celcom users or all other telco users as well? And then have you measured the effectiveness or report from others advertisers that we have done before? How effective is the click-through rate, and also they are helping with their some end results? Thank you. Because that is a very powerful tool. If the marketer knows how to do this with the right message, right timing. Thank you.
Yep. There are 2 engines inside the retail suite. One of them is the Omni Communication. So the Omni Communication allows you to categorize your customers. You have your CRM data, so it helps you to categorize. So whether you want a office worker, 30 to 35, 40, 45, you can actually do profiling. So that's one component on that. If you notice just now, there's an add-on called location-based advertisement. Now, this is the beauty of it. LBA allows you to tap on Celcom-based customers. Yes, Celcom-based customers. And you know Celcom-based customer is huge. We have all kinds of base from the prepaid, postpaid, and the enterprise. So under the LBA, you can actually come to us and say, hey, guess what, Celcom? I need a certain base of customers. Say, for example, Oxford, you need probably 30 to 40 years old, probably more towards the male category, probably in terms of income, I like X number of income. And what we will do is that we will actually curate that thing for you, and we will help you to blast out. So you get two prompts. One, your own base in terms of CRM, customer-driven marketing. On the other flip side, you can actually leverage on our entire base itself.
Thank you, Kevin. I think Kevin pretty much answered it. I think the main thing in terms of marketing is trying to segmentize your target market, and housewife office workers are one of them. Yeah, I think the Omni side of it will actually help you market surrounding the vicinity where you are based. However, LBA will actually help you on the target locations which are further from where you are at. Yeah. So in that sense, your coverage area increases. So I think that's the only point that I wanted to add from Kevin's note. Yeah.
We're about an hour ahead of time, so I suppose we could take one or two more questions. Do we have any more questions from the crowd?
Not from the press. I just want to ask a question. Compared to Macy's and Times.com, what different Celcom is?
Celcom's USP, gentlemen.
Okay, bragging rights. What?
So I'm giving it to Kevin and DK because they were ex-Maxers, and now they are Celcom. They are very happy because our solution is one of the best top solutions in the market. So over to you, Kevin.
Actually, honestly, right, we get this a lot, and speaking of bragging, not bragging rights, I think the difference is the people in Celcom, alright? I think what Chief Aslan and even DK and the whole entire team, see, this is the difference when you really want to drive the bet to like what the government wanted, right? You wanted to stretch SMEs towards the Vision 2020 or probably higher than that. We could have just launched a product and make money out of it, honestly speaking, but we did not. And what Chief Aslan told us before we even launched a product, we actually talked to a lot of our existing customers. We asked them what was their concern, what was the first thing in their mind, what keeps them awake at night, right? So when we curate this package, right, it was actually not from us, it was actually from the market itself, the needs and wants of the customers. Therefore, we created a bundle which has both worlds, the mobility side, which we are very good at it, and the solutions which drive the digital engine of the business itself. So that makes the difference.
All right.
Just to add,
Sure.
to also answer to your questions, the difference. I think most customers or even dealers are looking towards the price point, right? I think that's more important to what it is, what's the difference. As what Chief Hassan said, that we have the experience from several other industries. I also was a SME banker, and then was Maxis, and now here in Overseas. So we understand the mindset of business people. So the first thing we did when we did this, coming up with this product, is to take the price point into the affordability of a simple SME. If you look at it nicely, I think one way to also give a better hit on the perspective is that if you look at the most lowest plan, which most people have 5 employees and so forth, consider. If 655, now it sounds, 655, but if you cut it down, you will be able to set up your shop with all this with as low as $22 per day. If you think of it in that angle, it's $22 per day. Your lunch could be more expensive than that. So that's how we came in when we said, how do we make it affordable to people who want to use everything in one shop, one stop, make sure that everything else we take care of in this set, you focus on your business. I mean, if you're SME selling as a bakery, focus on bakery. Don't worry about everything else. We set that up for you. And then with the budget 2020, I think that gets some more money back. If you use this, you can use it as, I'm already digitized. Where's my tax incentive back, right? So that's what I have to say.
Fantastic.
Let me just finish because they were ex-Maxis. I'm ex-Celcom and now Celcom again.